And in our fifth set of critiques here, we'll start off with Kaylee. And it looks like some windmills or some fans here. She's got blurred for us, and certainly a good job on that. You know, the slow shutter speed here has captured the motion of that. And I kind of like, again, that in the background we've got these two fans that are actually standing still, which kind of gives the viewer an idea of what this one is here. Without these ones in the background, I'm not sure we know what this one is here. So from that perspective, I think that was a good choice to include in that shot. So technically speaking, solid job there. And we've got a little bit of wildlife here. Hopefully this is not slithering around your living room. As a frozen up shot, I think this is a really strong picture. We've got that tongue just right out there at its perfect point. If we look at our file info and check out the shutter speed, that is dead on where I would love it to be in here, 1/1000th of a second. Some great choices, and I'd like to also see here that the flash did not fire, which is great. So probably one of the strongest examples of a frozen up shot that we've seen here. I think she puts it all together here. Nice clean background, nothing busy in there. Beautiful lines from the left side of the frame, taking us right through the center of the frame and working all the way over to this sort of exciting fork-shaped tongue at the far edge of the frame. Really, really well done. Good job here. And then second up here, we've got Mariel's photographs. The first shot is of the flag flapping in the breeze. Like that a lot. Like the torn edges of the flag here, kind of symbolic of sort of its fight against the weather and the elements. So I think the shutter setting here and the use of freezing up of this subject was really well done here. Again, the one thing I would caution, and it's just not you, Mariel, it's pretty much everybody in this assignment, is that we're using subjects that are very cliche. The flag is a pretty obvious subject here. I probably get 100 flag shots a semester. So if you are going to shoot flags, make sure that they are just absolutely brilliant, which, you know, in this case is a pretty strong shot. I like this a lot. I don't have any problems with it at all, other than just I encourage you to stretch your creativity in your choice of subject matter. Our second image is your blur shot here. Let's get that on the frame. And the blur shot looks like it's a bit overexposed. The area right here, the highlight is pretty much washed out. You can't see any of the details in there. If we go into our file info area, we'll probably get some clues here as to what's going on here. You are at a shutter speed of 1/4 of a second, which is where you should have been for blurring. You are at an f-stop of 18. That might have been the maximum f-stop you had on your camera. You may not have been able to darken that image up at all anymore through the f-stop. You may have had to go down to an 1/8 of a second rather than 1/4 of a second to get the proper exposure here. And then again on your ISO, if you could have gone down to an ISO of 100, I think that would have allowed you to get this image better exposed. So one of those three things you really had to work to get correct exposure here. You're just way too bright here, way too overexposed. That all being said, I do really love kind of these, if you zoom in here, just sort of this abstract blur that is going on in the area of the water here. So that's kind of cool. But exposure, definitely that's a big one, and we got to get that nipped in the bud early on in the semester.